Is it on?
Alright. Okay. What if we lived like children? What if we lived like the infant did? And I'm not saying that I want to grow without knowledge, but I'm saying we learn, we fail like infants. When you're an infant or when you're a child, you stand up, you take a step, you fall, and that didn't mean that it was a failure. That just means that you stood up again and you tried again. And sometimes you fell down, you got hurt, you cried. Mom, dad came, picked you up, and held you in their arms, and then you went out, you were fine again. You stand up, you take another couple of steps, and you do it again. Everything that children do is designed in a way where they fail, they move on, they do it again. They fail, they move on, they do it again. They pick themselves up and they're constantly doing it, right? But somewhere in this life of ours, we grew up. And when we grew up, failure wasn't acceptable anymore. You fall, that means you're a failure. You can never do it again. It wasn't meant to be. It's not your passion. It's not your life dream. It's not who you're supposed to be. But I want to tell you that's not true, because if you look at a lot of the people that's failed in their life, right? You look at Michael Jordan. He's probably one of the most famous failures, right? Michael Jordan, the basketball player. You look at him and he couldn't even make it on the high school basketball team. Played and played. He didn't let that setback really affect him. He worked, he got onto the team. Not only did he get onto the team, he ended up becoming one of the world's famous, if not the best, basketball player, right? And there's so many people like that out there. There's Walt Disney, there's Steve Jobs. There's all kinds of people out there that failed, and then they got back and then became top of their seat, top of the world. What separates these people, what separates the successful or the highly successful people, are they are allowing themselves to fail. But then they pick themselves up. They don't switch. Oh, I failed. Maybe I should go somewhere else. Maybe I should go do this, right? Look at that failure as, oh, game's over. Guess it wasn't meant to be. That's not my calling, right? They see that failure as strength. They say, you know what? I'm gonna learn from this. It was a bad day. It was a bad month. It was a bad year. I'm gonna learn from this. I'm not gonna let this setback hold me back. I'm gonna rise again. I'm gonna become a phoenix. I may have gone down in ashes, but I'm gonna come up in glory, right? And this is the most important thing I think we can learn. Why are we so afraid of failure? And especially at a young age. Now, I'm not that young anymore, but you youth, if you're watching this, you're young. If you're young, hey, fail now and fail often, because that means you're gonna get that much better. If I was gonna talk to my kids right now, right? Mini Jesse, you know what I'm gonna tell them? Take a risk. You know why? You have me. Because if you fail, I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna pick you back up. And I'm gonna let you do it again. And I'm gonna let you fail until you figure out how to be you. Now, one of the things that I wish I had was somebody to tell me, hey, go and fail. Go and fail often. Now, don't do it on purpose. Work hard. But go and fail. Go try something. Take a risk. Because if I did that, I would have maybe been 10 years ahead of myself. But I would not change this process for anything, because I had to learn. And probably the way my brain works is probably the best way for me. Sometimes you need to sort things out. Sometimes you need to take a minute. Sometimes you need to peak later on in life. Sometimes you can peak early, but I don't want to just peak and then slide down the hill, slide down the mountain. I want a steady growth. I want to be the one that's on top. So that means I'm going to fail at every age, all along the way, in all areas of life, because that means I'm trying, right? I'm trying. If you don't fail, that means you never tried. Don't tell me you didn't fail and you're successful. That's a lie. You failed You tried something, you failed. I know it. You go and ask anybody. I bet you. There's nobody that's 100% successful. Nobody that's gone through life. They're business owner. They went through their school. They're masters. They're doctors. They're a sports athlete, right? Don't tell me any of these guys never failed. Because they have. They all have. And that's what we have to learn. Is to be okay with failure. Be alright with it. Because failure is going to make you grow. Failure is going to be the thing that gets you to that next level. We got to stop looking at failure as a dirty word. Right? We grew up with this image in our head. If I failed, then I'm no good. I'm not smart. I'm not smart enough. I'm not fast enough. I'm not skinny enough. I don't have the business mind. That's nonsense. Your failure is your growth. Your bad days is your growth. The one thing you got to remember through this is failure is not the ultimate. Failure is not the end. Failure, you have to sit down. You have to re-look at it. Okay, so I failed this one. I didn't do as good of a job as I was planning on. So what's that mean? Okay, let's analyze. Alright, so if I failed this, what can I learn from this situation? What's important for me to know? What's important for next time? Why do I? How did I? And where did I fail? That's important. Note to myself, words of wisdom, Life Thread, out.